Hey guys, and welcome. You're Froster here from CMC or Connect My Currency, and today I'm going to be introducing the prop phone bundle, or better yet, MSP 3.0 Scalper robot, and how to install it and how to use it. Very, very simple stuff. Many of you have used MSP 2.0, which has been a phenomenal EA in the past few years, and I've heard the requests, and many of you wanted it automated. So now I've made it completely and fully automated for you guys to use. And today I'm just going to be showing you how to use it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So go ahead and minimize this. Bring up your MT4 or MetaTrader 4 platform. Make sure your auto trading button has been switched on. If that has been done or hasn't been done, head over into tools, go to options, and then make sure allow automated trading, allow the imports, allow web requests for the listed URL, and then press OK. Once that's all been done, you need to go ahead and download your file from the website. So you can do it from connectmycurrency.com, etc., or get in touch with me personally to get a direct link for that. Head over, once you've downloaded it, make sure you head over to the location where you saved the file, head over into the actual file itself, which is called MSP Scalper Robot V3. Some names might differ as I do offer patches and upgrades, so the names they might change. Either way, just make sure it's MSP Robot. So once you have that, copy, and then you want to click off of this, go into file, and then head over into open data folder. Once you're there, head into MQL4 and then go into the word experts, and then you're going to right click and then paste your file right there. See, you've got AF supply and demand EA there, which is a very good EA in my opinion to use as well. So once that's in there, click the X out there, and we're going to refresh it so it's now between the experts and the scripts. Just click anywhere between 2 points and then right click and hit the word refresh. There it is, magical. You've got the MSP Scalper Robot V3 there, ready to be loaded onto a chart. But before we do, we're going to head over into the Market Watch, and then we're going to get a Euro USD chart. Right click, open window, head to M1. Fast feed time frame, guys. Okay, very, very important to have this. You can't leave it in H1 or anything slower. It has to be a fast feed, which is the M1 there. Close the Market Watch, leave open the navigator. If your navigator isn't open, you can just simply click the yellow file folder, whichever you want to call it, with the yellow star on top of it. And there you have it there. Once you have it, make sure you click on MSP Scalper Robot V3. If you haven't got the name of the V3 or Scalper Robot, it'll be named something else because of a patch. Either way, make sure you have the exact same thing, okay? Double click it here and make sure you start filling out this, which is the common. So allow data import, allow import of external experts, and allow modification or signal settings. Just click that button there, and all three have been checked. Head over into imports, and this is where I just slightly start to explain kind of ins and outs of how this whole thing will work. So here, same password as before. Nothing's pretty much changed in terms of obviously the file. Got a password as newdawn1, and we've got BB period deviation. Self-explanatory stuff really here, guys. Not very important, but it's just how my software actually works. Okay, we've got the time frames. Time frames are very, very important. You don't have to use them. If you wish, you can change them. We've got here loaded the M1 through to the D1. These are the main time frames that I particularly use for assets, which I'll explain to you guys shortly. You can change them. When you change these will change in your dashboard as well. So for example, if I decide to not load an M1, I want to just, for example, load an M5 here instead. The bit M5 will be the starting time frame. Then you can change this, for example, I don't know, to M15, and then this over here to say, for example, H1, and then from H1 over here to H4, and then from H4, you can change it over to a D1, you can do so like that, and then obviously in display carton 6, you can change the D1 over to, for example, monthly or weekly time frame, which would be the MN, and MN1. Now you'll see these populate on the dashboard as we press OK and we go into that, and it'll be explained shortly. Scrolling down past the timeframes, you've got the symbol list here. Again, guys, a lot of brokers do tend to change the assets or the way that assets look on your particular broker. So, for example, you might say CHK or SE or some other type of abbreviation after the fact that they've written in, for example, gold, XAU USD. Now, they might put something like, let's have a look here, how to show you roughly. They might have something like, I don't know, maybe like the word AE, or they might have DE, or they might have SIP. These are all things that brokers use for abbreviations for your particular broker, wherever you're trading from in the world. So if they have changed in your market watch and you notice that the symbols lines are a bit different, you need to change them within this symbol cartons parameters, symbols 1 and 2, so they match whatever's in your particular market watch. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work. Okay, so bear that in mind. These I've been particularly loaded for my particular broker, which is obviously Traded Global at the moment. I do use FX Choice as well, which is my go-to broker. I'll leave a link beneath this video so you guys can have a click of that and have a look around. But they are my recommended broker for this particular bit of software. So all assets, we've got Euro, USD, Euro GBP. They're self-explanatory, guys, as well, guys. You don't need me to explain, but all these are the main assets that it does work with. And obviously we've got the indices just beneath that, from the UK 100 through to US oil, S&P 500, US 500, US 30, and the NAS 100, US tech. And obviously we've got the metal markets such as gold and silver. Going on to the money management, we very much we can use this as manual, percentage, or stepped. I prefer to leave it on percentage. So that means the money management here, which will be explained here, 0.1% will be used per trade, as in terms of obviously risk management. Any trade that's taken out by MSP 3.0 will be risked or money managed as 0.1% of that particular capital for the account for that particular trade. Bear that in mind. If you are using, for example, here in terms of obviously manual, so if you're trying to take signals manually, your manual lots will be located here, so you can change this. If you want to change the actual lots that are being used, you can just delete and then put in your manual lots like that. Okay, so that will be your manual lots. This is how much you're trading manually. So you can trade it between automated and manual. If you're using step based, you can obviously start doing your steps in terms of where you want it to sell, where you want it to buy at a particular rate of lots, and you can change this again. If you don't want it at 0.01, you can perhaps at 0.02. Okay, and then again you change that parameter over here for stepped. Okay, but again, leave it on. I prefer to leave it on percentage, so it does my percentage automatically every single trade at 0.1%. If you want to change it and you want to increase the risk to, let's say, 1%, you do it like that, and now it's at 1% per trade. Every trade that's taken is at 1%. Going over to minimum margin percentage, again, is that set at 1,000. Not important at all. Trade management is, however, we've got the stop loss parameters. Many of you guys have been getting back to me saying that, okay, well, Ewan, why is this M1 set at 100 pips stop loss or 100 pips take profit? Very simple stuff here, guys. If you look generally at assets such as NAS 100, gold, Dow Jones, S&P 500, some of these assets are calculated differently to many other brokers. So, for example, what would be the equivalent of a 10 pip stop loss in FX would be equivalent to 100 pips in, say, for example, gold or indices markets. So do bear that in mind when you are trading these particular assets on the M1 timeframe. So if you do want to go ahead and change it, you're more than welcome to. So just double click on the actual parameter and then delete a digit or add a digit, totally up to you. And this example, for the example I'm showing you, I'm just doing 10 pips. So 10 pip stop loss on the M1 timeframe. You can change these throughout the time frames, so they're not fixed. So for example, we've got M5. These are just optimized for how I particularly trade on the manual on a daily basis. So on a manual spectrum, I like to use a stop loss, for example, 20 pips. M5 or M15, I beg your pardon, I like to use 30 pips, and then 30 pips for M30 and H1, etc. through just that through to the H1, and then at the H4, I like to use a bigger stop loss in terms of obviously 50 pips, because you're near enough trading on the daily time frame when you're trading on the H4. So anything between H4 and D1 is 50 pips, and then if you're going over to the monthlies and weeklies, you're using a bigger stop loss and a bigger take profit of 200 pips. So these are fully adjustable. You don't have to keep them as is. You can change them as in, how you want to how you want to change them. But this is my experience over the past 10 years of trading these markets. So going over to the template settings, it's been formulated to make sure that you trade from the signal template of UN capital black. It's just my general setup of purple, so purple represents sells, and then white bars represents buys within the markets, and it's preloaded with my SMAs and EMAs as well. So do bear that in mind if you do try to change it. Many of you guys do like a white background. but trading this on a consistent basis, a black background is preferential in terms of obviously make sure you can see everything consistently. You've got the alert settings here. Again, self-explanatory. You can use alerts here. You can use a message alerts. You can use push alerts, so you can get these through to your mobile, any device that you're using that has the MT4 enabled as well, so you can get push alerts through to your mobile phone, message alerts, sound alerts. These are all types of alerts that can come up on your platform as well. Again, it's very self-explanatory. You can turn them off and on by setting true and false. Okay, so if you don't want to use alerts to come up on your platform, you can just set it to false. If you don't want messages to come up on your platform, you can set it to false. If you don't want messages come through to your mobile, you can set that to false here. And I'll show you shortly how you can kind of change that as well in the settings. Bear in mind that I do remember. Let's keep on going anyway. We're nearly finished. So we've got down here the kind of sound file that you want to use. You can change that if you wish, but I just prefer to leave it. You can get email alerts, which is set to false. I don't want a bunch of emails being emailed to me, to be quite honest with you. So I've set that to false. It's displayed as false, but you can obviously change that to true if you wish to there. We've got the colors. Okay, actually, let's just explain this quickly here. So local time, so which is my time, I'm speaking to you guys here from the UK, which is GMT. No sounds will be alerted on your platform from 8 o'clock at night. The last thing you want to be hearing on M1 time frame is doo-doo-doo. Lots of sounds from your platform. That's the last thing you want. So from around 8 p.m, I've shut off all the sounds from my PC, and it's quietened down to the 8 a.m. period. So the next day at 8 a.m. when the alerts will start again. But again, you can change these depending on your time region or whenever you want your particular platform to be making sounds or not. Okay. Going down to these areas here, don't worry about the unique code or the signal of clear bars. We've got the color system in midnight blue, we've got the legend in gold, etc. Header in Dodger blue. Easy stuff really, guys. I'm going to go into the platform and just kind of show you how this actually fits in together. So once you're happy with that, you just go ahead and press OK. If you get, say, for example, like it hasn't loaded effectively here, what you can do is just go ahead and then just press that smiley face in the top right hand corner, then press OK, and then just wait. Be very, very patient, guys, and it will load. Okay, so it will load the particular assets that's for this particular group or this trading. Now you can see I'm talking to you guys here on a weekend, so it's not going to be everything's going to be loaded up, but when it does go into Sunday night, Monday night, everything will be loaded up. But initially, if you just get the one asset here, just go in the top right hand corner and then press OK, and then it will load. Do you understand how it works? Okay, so go to it maybe 2-3 times, then you eventually will get to it. Okay, more assets will be loaded, providing that obviously the markets will open shortly. Once that's done, you confirm that your EA is trading in auto trading mode. I was just going to quickly go ahead and show you the alerts for the mobile. So I'll quickly go into options, and then I will show you the notifications, and then you can enter your meta quotes ID. You get this from your mobile app. So for example, you can do a quick Google search for that. Very, very easy to do this. Enter in Google how to get MetaQuotes ID. Tutorial will show you, and obviously enter your MetaQuotes ID here, and then you're able to push notifications, and you just press test, and obviously your phone will obviously therefore go off. Mine has. I'll just show make sure you guys can hear it. So I'll just press test again, and you hear something like that along those lines. All right, so I'll turn mine off because I don't really want it on, and then just click out of that. So going into this, everything's pretty much customizable. You've got your button here for open daily, all daily timeframes. You've got a button here. You can take a screenshot of everything that you've got up. You can hide the strength meter if you want. If you don't want this displayed here, you can hide it. It just shows all the strength does. It shows you the strength of the USD, how strong it is, how strong the euro is, how strong GBP is, AED, NZD, JPY, CHF, and CAD. And it's obviously displayed in colors and numbers as well. So you can see GBP is pretty much strong, and it is strong because it's on a slight uptrend at the moment on the bigger time frame. So therefore, we've got 8.7% there. And obviously, you've got the dollar, euro, etc. again, very easy stuff to understand. The signals here on the right hand side: inside bar, pin bar, spike bar, reversal bar, outside bar, MACD. I don't like to use all of these signals. They're great and all, but I don't like to use them all. So I'll tell you what type of signals that I like to have switched off, and you can do that conveniently from this area here. So I don't like to use the inside bar, so I'll switch that off. I don't like to use the spike bar. I'll switch that off. Again, totally up to you guys. If you want to have it on, have it off. Just get rid of that like so. MACD, again, you don't have to have it on. Totally up to you. There we go. It's alerting me there. You can switch these off. Totally up to you. You can use outside bar, reversal bar. There we go. Let's switch this off, because otherwise it's going to get really annoying for you guys. There we go. You can see here my alerts here as it's come up. You can see on a monthly time frame, it's letting you know that this is on. This is what is coming for the new month. It's showing you, because we're at the end of October now and the new month is just beginning, it's showing you exactly what kind of alerts are coming up for the Euro GBP, Euro NZD, GBP CHF, GBP AUD, GBP CAD, and obviously some of the bigger time frames as well. So it's just populating these as I'm talking to you. So hopefully it's not too annoying, but these are some of the alerts that are being now alerted. Now it's being switched off. So we'll see how far along it goes. Either way, I'll keep explaining. We've got strong uptrend, and then the normal uptrend, neutral trend, downtrend, and strong downtrend. Okay, so you see these keys here populated within these this kind of dashboard area here. So the strong downtrend is highlighted on the monthly time frame. You can see here on the Euro USD. So it's showing you this is on strong downtrend. Normal downtrend, you can see here on, for example, whoops, didn't mean to click that. But on the Euro AUD here, strong downtrend on the monthly time frame. If you look on the Euro GBP on the M15 time frame, it would be a normal downtrend. And then if we here with double squiggles, it's pretty much neutral. So there is no uptrend, there's no downtrend. It's just pretty much consolidation on those particular time frames. Strong uptrend example, we've got one here on the USD JPY, which is, if you guys here seen, it's made new monthly highs. So I'm speaking to you guys now, in 2022. So we'll see how far it wants to go up or down. And then we've got the Euro JPY, which is correlated with the USD JPY. So bear that in mind in terms of obviously up continuation towards the upside. And obviously just got your normal downtrend, okay, it's highlighted in pink, strong downtrend, highlighted with the red asterisks, normal uptrend, loads of them you can see here on multiple time frames. And obviously we've got loads of strong uptrends here on the equity markets. So we've got US oil, German 30, UK 100, etc. And again, guys, you've got the trade bias here. So you've got short bias, nil bias. Nil bias, that means there is no uptrend and there's no downtrend. You've got the long bias, which generally means it's being bought. Short bias means it's being sold. You can turn these timeframes off. Do you remember earlier I choose what type of timeframes I wanted. I wanted through to the M5, through to the monthly time frame. You can switch these off by just pressing this button here. Once that's gone red, it's off. Same thing with the signals here. If you don't want them on, you could switch them off just like so. A reversal bar is something I don't really use as well. So actually what I do like is using an inside bar sometimes as well. So I leave that on. So we've got 3 signals on out of the 6, which is pretty much convenient for me. But again, if you don't want it on, you can kind of switch it off. You can leave the reversal bar, for example, if you want it like that, and leave that as so. Make sure auto trading feature switched on. You can switch it off by clicking on this. I don't want to touch it at the moment. I want to leave it on. And then again, just going over to the time frames, you can switch off the M15, switch it back on, switch off the M5, switch it back on, switch off the MN, switch it back on. Okay, very, very, very adaptable right off of this dashboard here without having to go back into the settings and do it again. The spread here is displayed here in blue. You've got the spread costs between each asset. So you can, again, I'm trading over the week, not trading over the weekend, but I'm showing you to go over the weekend. So the spreads might be quite wide here as the market hasn't opened as of yet, but these will change as the market does proceed. Strength tab here for each pair, you can see here. Remember earlier I explained the overall strength for different types of assets or different types of currencies. You can see it here now for the actual pairs. So the Euro USD is quite strong, but what's even stronger is the Euro AUD at 81 and etc. Okay, you can see here these are strong uptrends. You can see here, strong. So these are strong uptrends, okay, with the green asterisks. Then that's correlated with the actual strength here. So that means there's a high probability of a long trade working out. Okay, so a long trade, that means simply a buy working out on these particular assets. So bear that in mind. ADR, this is how the actual market's measured, or the signals are measured. Nothing to get into at the moment. It's very self-explanatory. If you want to know what an ADR is, just simply Google it, and you can kind of see exactly how these trades are actually calculated, and you can see the strength of that within this this tab here. Buy and sells, these will be displayed as the market proceeds. So for example, if you're trading this market and you've got a buy on the Euro USD, there'll be the number situated here as 1. If you've got a sell on the Euro USD, number will be populated as 1 here, and vice versa as we go down the market list. So for example, if you're got a buy on the NAS 100, 1 will be here. If you've got a sell on the NAS 100, 1 will be there. It's displayed there easily for you without you having to go into the terminal, etc., and be looking at the trades. And that's pretty much it for MSP 3.0. I highly recommend it if you want a great addition to your platform, or a great addition to your trading portfolio, whether you're trading from prop firms, your personal account. It's a great overall automated trader. You can just leave, let it run. You've got your money management all sorted out for you. It uses the second best strategy available for trading, which is price action. So you've got your stuff like your pin bars, etc., which is how I used to trade. But very highly effective trading, especially if you want to get some short-term gains or some long-term gains. Take a pin bar, for example, in a monthly time frame. You're laughing. You're going to make a lot of money. So there's something to bear in mind. You've got your current alerts and stuff like that on the populated on the left-hand side, just in case you missed it here. If you do want to go ahead and see the signal, say for example on a D1 time frame on the GBP CAD, you just click the number 2 here, and then you can see again it worked out. So let's measure the pips that it's made for the month. 4,000 pips, guys. Okay, 4,000 pips. Your stop loss doesn't have to be anywhere near there. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you are taking these trades, that these are going to be humongous in terms of its risk reward potential, especially across certain assets as well. We can have a look at GBP CAD, I believe it's a CAD, on the H4 time frame. Pin bar. Let's show you how that works out. There we go. Lovely. 801 pips. Low risk, high reward trading. Many more examples, especially on smaller time frames, as market moves in its favor, or the market switched on and the market moves in its favor. But there we have it, guys. Any questions, feel free to let me know. But other than that, I hope this has been useful to you, and I hope I haven't missed anything, most importantly. But I'll see you guys in the next. Take care.